Oh, okay.
I'm doing Facebook and YouTube today. I'm not doing like 4 and 5 things at one tab.
There you
Good
are on YouTube.
rising. All right, can we see everything in?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can see everything on YouTube.
awesome. All right.
Walks and Journeys joined. Rain.
Rain,
joined.
yay! All right, let me go to the watch page. Hold on.
Rain.
Rain, yay! All right, let me go to okay. Just get everything in order. Hey, Rain. Rain, if you want to join today, you don't have to be on camera. You just mute your video and you can do voice only, like Linda's doing. And we won't see your face. How about that? All right, let me just send out this one link on my Facebook. Oh, I have to do it. I have to do it in the oops. I have to do it in the actual desktop. How are you? How are you doing, Linda?
I'm doing well.
How are you?
Enjoying the weather here in Newport, Oregon.
Oh, that's right. You're still in Oregon, girl. I forgot.
Yep.
I keep forgetting you're in Oregon now. Ooh, nice. Yeah, we had a very nice night last night. We had rain here in New York City for the entire week. Can I just tell you? The entire week. And then we had the summer solstice, and we had all of these energies coming in. And between the rain and the energies coming in and the summer solstice, I was worn out, literally. Literally. My poor the back and the leg said, oh, it's raining. Let me just jack you up right now. All right, so let me share this right here. And then we can get the party started. What is happening? I just want to share it on my page. Okay, it just keeps going to share on a page that you manage. I don't want to share it on the page that I manage. I want to share it on my page. Oh my gosh.
If you click it, let's see, then you click that, then it'll give you a choice, your timeline or other stuff.
I know, but in the computer, I mean, on my desktop, it's not giving me, you know how Facebook does that whole thing with the videos and then it makes it all, I don't know,
Yeah.
like you can't see it or whatever. Let me just see if I can just get over to the Indigo Room and share it from that way instead of trying to share it from the actual page. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And see if that'll work. All right, so welcome to the Indigo Room, everybody. How are you all doing? You know, this is where we discuss all things spiritual, and today's topic question of the day is spiritual vampires. Are there spiritual vampires in your life? So we're going to chit-chat about that, and we'll chit-chat about anything else that you want to chit-chat about. Hey, Sharon. Okay, look, I think I can do this from here. Let me see. Ah, it did it again. I can't stand it. Because I have to do it in order
There
to
you
share.
are. You're live. Wait, you're live. You're live on Facebook.
But I have to share it. If I'm trying to share it, I have to share it from as Sydney, not as the Indigo Room, because it keeps.
You're on the Indigo Room Facebook page live.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it.
I was trying to put it on my actual page.
Ah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
okay.
On page. Oh, there it goes. Okay.
There you go.
I'll do a watch party.
I think the video has to come up first before you do any sharing.
No, it did come up. It just was doing this whole crazy, crazy thing. So anyway.
Shame on it.
Shame on it. That's what I say. All right. Changes. Okay, cancel. All right. I guess I have to keep that going. I don't even know what the hell. You know what? I'm just going to forget it. Leave it. I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it. I'm done. All right. Whatever. I could share it last week. This week I can't share it. I don't even understand what the heck is going on, but there it is. Rain, Barb is in the house. Good rising, Barb. Yeah, Facebook can be a bit extra, Rain. It really can. But I don't even understand it. And like Instagram and Facebook belong to the same company, and then Facebook gets extra on me sometimes. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't know, I don't know what the issue is.
Because they're changing stuff constantly and they don't let you know.
Every time I go over to Facebook, there's something new. It's like the page
exactly.
It doesn't even make sense. It's like stuff is all over the place. I'm like, okay, well, where's the post that I just posted? Where is that? I got this showing up, that showing up. It used to be really
you have to keep going down to the bottom of the page. Further down you go, oh, there it is. Yeah.
It used to be simple. Oh, Linda, maybe you can share it on my page. Hey, Becky's in the house. Becky Tabor is in the house. Maybe you could just share it on my page.
Yeah, I'll go over the page.
Hi, Debbie. Hello. All right. Welcome to the Indigo Room, everybody. I hope you guys had a great week. Like I said, and the sage went out while I was doing that, so I didn't get to sage you all. But I had it burning. I had it going. It was working. Good rising. I had the sage all ready for everybody. I hope you had a great week. Like I said, it was raining here in New York City for the entire week. We obviously needed the rain apparently, but my body wasn't feeling it. And then we had, so happy summer solstice to everybody. I didn't get to say that to you guys on Wednesday to prepare for it. There's new energies, all kinds of stuff happening in the universe, and you might have been feeling it in your body. You might have been, you know, tired and maybe Wicky Wacky or whatever. I hope you got some rest. I hope you hydrated and you breathed deeply, because breathing is important. I know we all breathe, but sometimes we don't do it consciously, and you catch yourself and you're holding your breath. So make sure you do that. And if you missed Wednesday's show, oh my goodness, you missed a lot. You missed a lot. If you missed Wednesday's show, you missed a lot. So I encourage you, if you missed Wednesday's show, to get in there and listen to the replay, because it was powerful. I still have everything up on the board because it was just that powerful. It was just that powerful. So I kept everything up on the board. And just to remind myself, because what we found out and what we learned on the Indigo Room on, oh, Linda, that's not the live one. That's not the live link.
No, I understand. I'm getting rid of it.
Oh, okay. But we learned, we went deep with Neville. We went deep down in the creation. We talked about God's name, Jehovah, and what it actually means. And I'm just telling you, check it out. If you didn't check it out, check it out. Check it out, ladies. Check it out, Becky. Check it out, Debbie. It's really good. The other thing, I'm going to talk about that too. Something that came to mind that I wanted to add into what we talked about on Sunday, Linda. And, you know, when we were saying that the Son is the desire, right? God sent his only begotten Son. I wanted to add that, because it came right after we did this, after I finished talking to you, it hit me in a different way, another way. Because we know that, I'm going to get to the topic, but I have to say this, because we know that the I am, the first part, the first letter of God's name, it means I am. The second letter means the desire or the image or mental clarity on what it is that you want. And then the third letter is the joining letter, right? So it brought it all together. And when you read the scriptures, it says God sent his only begotten Son, which is the desire, and the desire is a gift from God. I just have to reiterate. And the two become one and objectify in our experience at the end, which is the objective reality. So all of creation is in the name Jehovah. That was so deep. But the other thing was, when we read the scriptures and it says that God sent his only begotten Son, or her only begotten Son, to die, and they died for our sins, the sin is missing the mark. That's what sin is. According to scripture and the metaphysical dictionary and the metaphysical description of what sin meant in the East, sin is missing the mark. What is missing the mark? Not having the life that you want, not creating the desires, not manifesting your desires, your dreams, your goals. So God sent his only begotten Son to die for your sin, which is missing the mark. So God sent the desire, the dream, the goal, the idea, the concept for you. That is your savior. So it could be that maybe you want food. Food would be your savior. Remember we talked about that, Linda? Do you remember when we were talking about savior and Neville was talking about that? Do you remember that when we went back? Right. So now, because he was saying, well, food could be your savior or money could be your savior or whatever. So the desire The desire is the thing that's going to save you. Put that in your peace pipe and smoke it. I'm just saying. Just check that out. Did you get that, Linda? Did that make sense?
Yes.
How about that? Because when the desire comes, if we miss the mark, we're missing the mark. The mark is not getting the sin is missing the mark. That's what sin is, to miss the mark. What is the mark? The mark is the thing that you want to be, do, or have. God sent the desire and it dies within you, right? It's manifested, it's consciousness, and then it becomes conditioned consciousness to die for your sin, which is missing the mark. Okay, I said that. I'm very excited. So today we're going to ask the question, do you have energy vampires in your life? Do you? Do you know what an energy vampire is? Anybody? I'm asking. Rain said, I definitely felt the tiredness in Wicky Wacky. Wednesday, I realized that my phone had died when you came on. Wicky Wacky, I never do that. Aw, that's okay. You can catch the replay. It's really good. I'm telling you, it's really, really good. It's part of a series that we're doing, you know, our manifesting secrets. Are there manifesting secrets in the Bible? So does anybody have energy vampires in their experience? Do you, Linda? Or did you? I think you did.
Yeah, a little bit, but
a little bit, yeah.
Soon left. You also, the energy vampires can also be called narcissists.
True.
That's one label that we've got.
Sometimes energy vampires are things too. Barb said, I've had them.
Yes.
Now it's only once or twice a year, certain family members sucking the air right out of the room, but I'm getting better at not letting them get to me. That's good. I had to do a whole sweep of it. Woo! Like, you know, just digging in and getting them out of there, because I had a lot of them. But I find that Becky says lots and lots and lots over the years. I do my best to keep them at bay now. Yeah, you know, I'm finding that so here's I was listening to this. The reason why I brought this topic up is because I was listening to this talk the other day about energy vampires, and I always have called them energy vampires, people that just like suck the life right out of the room, out of you. And I thought this would be a great topic for us to talk and share, you know, our experiences, what works for you, if you have some techniques that you've used to help others who are experiencing this in their own lives. I know for me, in the beginning, you know, you don't even necessarily know that these people are energy vampires, right? You just, maybe they're your friends, maybe they're your families. We're talking about people now, not things. Maybe they're your friends or family. And you don't even realize, you know, that they are this way, and they may be in your experience over the course of over the course of many years. And then, you know, you find that when you're around them, you feel tired, you feel stressed out, and you, if you're an empath like me, and I know a lot of us here are, you'll absorb that energy, right? You'll come home or you'll leave their experience and you have absorbed their thoughts and feelings, because we're all like sponges, really. And if you start thinking like Wicky Wacky, or you start having kind of crazy thoughts, or you start feeling like you start feeling sad or depressed, and then you have to think to yourself, well, whose thoughts are these? Are these my thoughts? Like, where are these thoughts coming from? I'm telling you, they glom onto you energetically, and they're still siphoning. I feel like they're still siphoning energy from you, even if they are not in your experience. Rain says, yes, indeed, I know about energy vampires. Well, do share, girl, please. Jump on the live. You don't just have to text, girl. We want to hear your voice. We haven't heard it in a minute. But so one of the things that I do in my meditation when I realize that I'm dealing with one, and Linda just said something really important. The majority of them are narcissists. They're narcissistic in some way, It's like, you have these people and you tell them, they come to you, ask them, how are you doing? Hey, how you doing? And then forget it. The floodgates open and, they just spill all over you. And it's not just once, you talk of, you not all people who tell you their problems are energy vampires. I'm talking about the people that only ever talk about their problems all the time, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year, and you get to the point where you just don't want to be around them anymore. You don't want to have anything to do with them. So, one of the things that you may want to do is stop asking the question, how are you? I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive, but they're waiting. They're just waiting. I used to have a friend. She's not my friend anymore. We have parted ways. I sent her love, light, and blessings. But anytime that we would have anytime we were together, or anytime we had a conversation, it would be so draining because it was always about her problem. And I used to call her the perils of Pauline, because that's said, oh, the perils of Pauline, woe is me is on phone. And I loved her, but my goodness, it was just all the time. So finally, she's not in my experience anymore. She's doing her own thing. I'm doing my own thing. But I had to cut the ties. And then you sometimes, as an empath, feel guilty. Does anybody ever feel guilty when you're not talking to the energy vampire?
Oh, yeah.
Does that happen, Linda?
Yeah, or when you have to deal with them at meetings.
Mm.
When you have, you don't have a choice. You have to go to the meeting, and there they are, and you're like, you're, empathic, and you're picking up, even though they're not really saying, they're exuding so much angst or fear or whatever, and it's just slopping over onto you.
Right. Well, what are some techniques that you've found helpful?
Well, I guess you would call this a gut thing. When I realize that I'm exhausted or tired, and it's like, I go, is it me or is it somebody else? I just ask myself that, and I get an answer right away, no, or, and most of the time it was no. And once I get that, it says, okay, I don't need that, just go. And that really helped a lot. So just getting that gut response, or asking that question and getting the gut response, helped a lot. And then sometimes I just had to, like, physically I wait till lunch or something and just go and sit in my car or just be outside and give myself some distance. And, uh, just sitting outside clears a lot of stuff as well.
Yeah, being in nature is really very helpful.
Hmm.
I
Yep.
usually sage myself and sage my house, sage my whole if I'm home and they, come into my space, I sage myself, and I sage the house. And if I'm not home, then when I do come home, I make sure I do that as well. I sage, that helps clear the energy as well, I find, for me. Um, Also carrying crystals. I've done that. Um, there's certain crystals that will, Rain, what crystal would you suggest? Because I know I carry around a rose quartz crystal, which is also very helpful. One time I had a rose quartz crystal around my neck for the longest time, and I was around so many toxic people, the bad boy exploded and I had to get another one. It was like,
Wow.
yeah, it was just like, I said, okay, all right, we need more. But I found that has helped me a lot as well. Barb said sage is great and nature. Yes, sage is great and nature. There's a technique that I also use. Rain said, I had an auntie like that. If you asked, how are you? You better have time. Yes, child. You just get like, oh God, all right. And so 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 and so. And you can't get a word in edgewise. You can't even talk about yourself. They don't allow you to even bring that, to share. There's no sharing. There's only take. And one of the techniques that I use in my meditation is I use this technique, and it works for a time, and then you may have to do it again, because even if they're not in your experience, you're connected to them somehow, and they want to connect to you because you're light. And I find that energy vampires usually are not reaching within to get their own energy. They're not even reaching, they're not doing any spiritual work. They're not going within. And the way that they get their energy, the way that they get their life force, seriously, is through you. It's through you. So, oh, Rain said no guilt for me. I used to have it. I would feel bad. And still sometimes I do a little bit. But I've gotten to the point now where I'm really okay with, getting you right out of my space once I recognize and I identify what's going on. Hey, Gail. Oh, did she leave? I guess she left. But one of the techniques that I use is I go into a meditation and I imagine the tether that is attached to me and that person. And then I come in with gold scissors and I cut the tether. I just cut it. Cut it from me and them. And then I put it in a box. In my meditation, I do all this. I put it in a box, a golden box, wrap it up in a little bow, and I hand it right back to the person. I give it right back to them. And I say, thank you for your gift, but no thank you. And let it go. And it really is helpful because you really don't have any idea where, sometimes if you're not conscious, you don't have any idea where the energy is draining from and who's draining it. And when you get into a meditation and you realize that, It's really, really easy to do this little technique. You may have to do it a couple of times because if you re-engage with that person, guess what? The tether comes back. The energy vampire is sucking the life out of you. You don't even know where your energy's going sometimes. You have no idea. And then you cut it. I think, Lindsay, I gave you this technique, but you used Archangel Michael, right? When you did your cutting? Okay, we lost Linda. She put herself on mute, maybe. Sharon said, I use my hematite rings for negative energy, and I have had several rings break. Yeah. Rain says, selenite is good and black obsidian. Okay. So for those of you that are looking for different things to help you remove negative energy, those crystals are really helpful, according to Sharon in her experience and Rain. Like I said, I use rose quartz. That always helps me. That's what I carry around with myself for myself, and that's very helpful. Rose quartz, and I also have clear quartz crystals in the house, but that's what I carry around, just to help keep me grounded. Also, putting your bare feet in the ground or on the ground is also grounding. It's also helpful, and you can just clear out a lot of the wicky wacky energy. But here's the key. I know it's difficult sometimes, especially when you have energy vampires who are in your family, to not be around them, but it's really important for your own space, your own peace of mind, your own well-being, to not engage with them as often as we normally would. And honestly, stop asking the question, how are you? So if they say, hey, Sid, how you doing? I said, I'm great. Isn't it a beautiful day? I'm not asking, how are you? And they'll say, well, yes, it is a beautiful day. It's fabulous. Yes, it is. And I agree. That's the end of it. Because what they're looking for is an engagement from you. And once you open that door and you're inviting them in, this is one technique that will help you to just end it. You don't need to know how they're doing. You don't need to engage with that energy. And it just goes on and on and on, and they are pulling energy from you. You're the life force. They come to suck off of you. And listen, I'm not trying to have vampires in my house and in my experience. I don't like them. Hey, Gail. Oh, Gail. No, she didn't come back. So what other techniques are you guys using? Barb said she doesn't have them as much anymore, and she's getting better at not letting them get to me. So some of you have dealt with narcissists, I'm assuming. Most empaths have, because they are attracted to us. They're attracted. Narcissists are attracted to empaths. And I had my own narcissistic, well, several. My mother is one. Woo! And I didn't even know it. She's like a I don't know, undercover. She's an undercover narc. Barb said, oh yes, narcissistic sociopaths. Yeah. I just had a message from a gentleman who watches the show, This Opulent Life. And he said he was doing a meditation today, and the word Sydney popped in. My name popped into his meditation. And he came out of his meditation and he said, I have to start removing some of these energy vampires from my experience. You know, I got to figure out who these energy vampires are. And then the topic of the show came up in his feed. I was like, well, all right, Spirit is working today. Spirit is working today. Sharon said, yes, you know, I have had several, all at the same time, which was a great lesson for me. It wasn't a good experience. Like, I didn't enjoy it while it was happening, but they were all around me at the same time, all of them. It was madness. You know, this video on YouTube is not really clear today. I don't know why. It's clear on Facebook and it's clear on Google, but it doesn't look clear on YouTube. Maybe because they're getting rid of Google Hangouts. So Becky, have you used it? Do you have any techniques that you've used that are helpful to remove energy vampires from your experience? Stephanie, hi. Stephanie said, Lord, I'm thinking I may be a narcissist. No, you're not a narcissist, Stephanie. What would make you say that, you nut job? You're not a narcissist. If you were, I would have removed you out of my experience years ago. Like years and years and years ago. You are one of the kindest. I think you have a few narcissists that you are surrounded by. I think that. I surely don't believe that you are one. Light and love work for me in removing the vamp energy. Light and love work. Well, what did you do specifically? Because that may be helpful to somebody in the chat who's having a little difficulty getting rid of their energy vampires. Becky said, I've used a lot of different techniques. Okay, Becky, would you like to share with the class what works for you? Because you might be helping someone who, you know, doesn't have any knowledge on how to get rid of them. Like, are there any books that you read? Are there any exercises that you did? Did you go visit a psychiatrist or a therapist and they gave you techniques? Becky says, smudging, grounding. I visualize a lot. Send them love and ask them to leave my circle. What I think works the best is really just, hold on. Okay, hold on. It says see more. Okay. What I think works the best is to really just be strong within your own energy. I found that I can stand aside and watch their behavior now. Yes, that's really, really good. And black tourmaline also works very well. Thank you. Thank you. Becky says grounding and smudging, which is with the sage. If you don't have some, you should get some. There is a link down below in the description on where you can get sage. That is really helpful. It helps me a lot. And she says she visualizes a lot and asks them to leave her circle. But she said that standing aside and watching their behavior now, she's able to do that with less investment, right? You don't feel as invested in trying to save them and help them, you know? And sometimes they'll come in, they'll just be sad and, you know, you go, oh, what's the matter? That's it. That's the one thing. That's it. Then it just, boom, you can't get out of it. Sharon says, Stephanie G, heck no. See, Sharon and I, we know. So you shouldn't even put that on yourself. Take it back right now. Rain says, quartz is your all-around great crystal, and yes, grounding is beautiful. Yes. Grounding, if you have no knowledge about grounding, do some research. Maybe we'll do a topic about how to ground on one of the next Good Rising shows. But it's really, really helpful. It's very important for your energy, for your own spirit to do some grounding work. And if you haven't done any grounding work, I suggest that you do that. Sharon says, heck no for being a narcissist. Yeah, girl, you're not a narcissist. But so Stephanie, Rain, what are some techniques, if you'd like to share with the rest of us, that you've used to remove energy vampires from your experience? If you'd like to share. I really wanted you on the call today, but all right, you could type it. Thank you, Becky. Thank you for sharing. That was delicious. Thank you very much. Stephanie, Barb, do you have any specific techniques that you use as well? Sharon? Sometimes if you talk to another light worker, that's very helpful, because we can fill each other, help each other, and we can not fill each other, but help each other to reconnect ourselves to source energy and to spirit. And that's always helpful, to be able to speak to somebody who is in the light already. So if you don't have any friends that are in the light and you feel like you are the only one that's doing light work, join us here in the Indigo Room, because this is where we all gather together as community and help each other and share and lift each other up. So we fall down, of course. I know I fall down. Well, I haven't fallen down in a long time. Not literally. I'm talking about literally. I haven't fallen down in a long time. That's good. But it's also very helpful to connect with other light workers and other energy workers and other people who are standing in the light. And it helps your light to shine brighter. Barb said, mostly short meditation and affirmations before being in their presence, or even silently when they are there. Oh, that's really good. See? That's something that you can do right in the middle of having that experience. That's a good one, Barb. Thank you. Doing short meditations and affirmations before being in their presence. When you're getting ready, you're going to have to deal with them, because sometimes I know for me, sometimes, like right now, me and my mother, we're just like, I'm love you, but I'm not doing this with you right now. Okay. God, I just can't, because it's so toxic when she and I are on the phone. It's just toxic for me. And in order for me to have peace, this has been going on since I was 17, 18 years old, and maybe before then. And I, send her love and light and energy all the time. Pray, keep her in my prayers, keep her in good thoughts. But I really cannot be in the same experience with her, because it is draining. And when I get off the phone, or I'm not there, I feel like crap. And then I got to start my work all over again. I'll be crying and carrying on and boo-hooing. And then, I got to call this one and that one. You know what mommy said? So now I'm just, Okay, you know, for my own peace, my own joy, living my best life. Sometimes people that are in our families, we have to just go like this, close the door. We're not doing that with you right now. You know, when you get it together, we can talk. God bless you, love you, catch you. You know, maybe next lifetime. I don't know, but I used to have this back and forth with my dad because he'd go, well, that's your mom. Well, that's your mom. And I'll go, okay, Dad. All right. Okay, Dad. Okay. But, you know, you have to figure out, you know, what is going to work for you. Doing short meditations is probably great for some people. For me, I had to remove myself entirely, period, point blank. And, you know, just focus on my life and focus on my family and my children and, you know, my friends and just my life and my world. Because, you know, she wants me to be Jehovah's Witness. It's never going to happen. Never going to happen. It's not going to happen. Not coming back. It's over. Done. So I'm never going to be a Jehovah's Witness again. Linda says, so Barb, those great short meditations, that sounds great. And affirmations before being in their presence or even silently when they're there. So that would be great for you guys that need to be in an experience with a person, especially if you have to deal with them at work, you know, on a regular basis, on a daily basis. Wow, sweating. And that would be great. That would work for you. Linda says, I've called on Archangel Michael to vacuum my home. What? I imagine him vacuuming the walls, floors, and ceilings, and once I feel everything is clean, I imagine white light filling the entire house. Nice. That is good, Linda.
That's a technique that I learned from Doreen Virtue, and it works for me.
That's a technique you learned from Doreen Virtue.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So you imagine him vacuuming the walls, floor, and ceilings, and once you feel everything is clean, you imagine white light filling the entire house.
Yep.
I got that correct?
Correct.
Sharon says, I'm listening for tips. See, everybody? This is why I say share what's working for you. Sharon says, I'm listening for tips. Until today, I have been dealing with negativity by avoidance instead of handling it in a better way. Awesome. Thank you, Sharon. Rain says, I have learned not to invest myself and set boundaries. Yes, boundaries are important because if you're dealing with a narcissistic energy, sometimes you have to go ghost. Sometimes you have to just go ghost. And that means that, like I have to do with mine, is just, that's it. I'm not going to talk to you. We're not going to, and then, you know, do your work, of course, and focus on your work and your energy work. But sometimes you just have to go ghost and give yourself that space and get strong in your experience. And that means, if that might mean you have to block them on social media, you might have to block their phone calls. You may find that you don't have to, you're not going to answer their phone calls. And you just kind of remove yourself entirely from the situation. I had to do that on several different narcissistic energies. Just go ghost. And you will find that they will try to keep up with you and they will try to, you know, contact you and reach out or send other family members to talk to you or other friends to talk to you. Don't even talk about them. Don't even give the energy. Just say, okay, yeah, I heard so-and-so called you. I heard so-and-so contacted you. Okay, that's nice. And leave it alone. Just set your boundaries and then keep your boundaries. Set your boundaries and keep your boundaries. Rain said, I have been honest with them, and yet it has removed people from my life, but that's okay. Honesty can make people angry, but I make sure I'm kind with it, but just telling them that they are wearing me out. Hey, Jackie, honesty works. Yeah, that doesn't enough. It hasn't worked for me. It hasn't. It hasn't worked. Not with my own mom. That didn't work. It just, it just gave her more energy to fight with me about. But it might work for some people. Hit the like button as you roll in here. But that, I agree, that probably does work for a lot of people. Some people I have been honest with, and it's like they don't even hear it. Like they just, that went right over their head. What? I didn't hear what you just said. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, Jacob. Hi. I miss you. Hopefully you'll come back to the United States again soon. So Jackie, we're talking about energy vampires and how to remove them from your experience. And if you have any techniques, please share, because there are some people who are listening to the show who may not know how to deal with them. I don't know if you've dealt with them before in your experience or not, but a lot of us have, and we're talking about how to do that. There's also energy vampires that are sucking your energy out of your experience, and that is your time. You know, energy is time, and what you're giving your attention to is also what you're giving your energy to. So if there's some things that you know are sucking the life out of you, I don't know, could be a job, could be a situation, could be a relationship, could be how you spend your time, how you're spending your money. Those things are also energy vampires as well. So you do want to look at what it is that you're giving your attention to in your mind over and over and over, because that's an energy vampire as well. You may not realize it, but it's sucking the life out of you. It's like, really, it's making your skin wrinkle. It's making your life shrink in your brain. It's not helping. Okay. Good. I'm glad you'll be back soon, Jager. Linda says, it can be harder with a family member. Yes. Sometimes, as Sydney said, you have to disconnect from them so you can be yourself and have your own life. That was the hardest part for me. Because the type of person that I am, I just keep everybody around. Well, I was like that person. I just keep everybody around, you know. I'm just a big love bug. Okay, don't get me angry. I might knock you out. But I love everybody, and I keep everyone around me. One of my old ideas was, I don't have that old idea anymore, but one of my old ideas was, you know, if I'm light, then this person obviously needs light energy, and I want to help them. Oh my God, I'm not doing that anymore, because you know what? You have the help just like I have the help. And you can go within just like I can go within. Like I can show you, I can give you, I can't do it for you though. It's impossible. So now I'm very, very, very selective. I mean, if you're in, you're in, right? If you made it in before I close the door, you're in. But now I'm very selective, you know, like what I give my energy to, what I give my thoughts to, what I give my time to. Because if it starts to feel like it's sucking me dry, sucking the life out of me, I mean, sucking the joy out of me, I have to cut you off. be it a job, a relationship, a person, a place. It's got to go. But what? Oh, you missed me in Bay Street. Okay. Find my contribution at 12:14 and 12:21. I'm sorry. I don't understand what you mean. Oh, okay, okay. Let me go back up. Let me go back up. I must have had my head turned. Let me go back up. Oh, you know why? Because I was only seeing the top chat, not the whole entire chat. Sorry. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let me go back up. All right. I don't see it. It's not showing up for me. Steph, you said light and love work for me in removing the vamp energy. Is that what you're talking about? Because I asked you to expand on that. Like, do you do something specifically, or do you just say love and light? Okay, because I don't see it. It's not there. That's all I see. It's not showing up for me. I see Lord, I'm thinking I may be the narcissist, and then love and light. Can you copy it and paste it? Well, I'd like to have it part of the show. Can you cut? Linda, do you see it?
No, I'm having trouble with YouTube on my end.
Does anybody else see Stephanie's, what she wrote? Because it's not showing up there. I don't see it. And if anybody can copy it and paste it for me, that would be awesome. Thank you. Because I don't see it. If anybody else sees it, please copy and paste it. Yeah, nobody else sees it, Steph. It's not only me. So if you could copy and paste it, that would be great. Because you can see it. We can't see it. No copying, no pasting. Because it's not showing up there. Do you want the link and you can just go and say it on your phone? Here. I'm going to put the link in for the chat. And then you can join us if you like. You don't have to put your face in, everybody. You just have to put your voice in if you like. So I'm just going to put it in the chat. Okay, that's the Google Hangout chat. And then you can just connect to the call. So thank you, Becky, for your information, because that was very helpful. Because Sharon said she was looking for techniques, and that was and all of us sharing has been very helpful. Oh, okay, it was probably too long. You can only type up to 200 characters. It won't be picked up as spam. It just won't go through. I don't know if you type too many things. Okay. Well, if you can call us, that would be great. You know, get on the live. That would be nice. I had a great week. I mean, a great night last night. I went out to the to the Prospect Park soiree. It was so delicious. I had a lot of fun, met a lot of people. We ate some great food, listened to some great music, and it was great. I didn't think I was going to be able to get up this morning and do this show. I was like telling everybody, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. Can I do the show when I get home? But here I am. I woke up, bing, like full of energy. It was amazing. And I went to sleep like really late. I went to sleep at like almost 2 o'clock. And then I woke up wide awake at 5 o'clock this morning. I was like, what are you doing? Go back to sleep, chick. It's not time for you to get up. I was just very excited to join you all this morning. Isn't that crazy? I love you guys. All right. So if nobody, were you able to connect, Steph, to the Google chat? The only person I see in the Google chat is Linda and me.
Google Hangouts.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Google Hangouts. Were you able to connect? Let a sister know if you're able to connect. Well, we are going to be continuing our discussion on Wednesday night of the I Am Discourses. And hopefully you found some things that work for you here with energy vampires, because you got to let them go. I'm finding that once I've released the things that are draining me, other areas in my life have started to blossom fully. So it's like having weeds in your garden that are choking the life out of your delicious plants and your flowers. It's the same type of energy, because weeds grow in there and they choke the life out of your garden. So if you're growing, you're growing delicious fruits and vegetables and all of that, you're growing beautiful flowers, and you got a ton of weeds, they are insidious and they will choke the life out of your garden if you do not pull them up and get them out of there. So, I know people say, well, weeds are beautiful. Some weeds are, they're not really weeds. Like dandelions, you can pull the dandelions up and eat them. So do the same thing with the energy vampires that are in your experience. You don't have to. Those are the things that I'm doing for me, is removing the energy vampires, pulling them up, identifying them, and getting them up out of there so that I can grow, I can live my best life, and that I can help others who need my help or who want my help, who are willing to do the work, who are willing to go within and willing to, reach up to spirit. So be mindful of where you're giving your energy to, and you will find that you will have more energy and you'll have more light to share, give, receive, circulate with others and your own self. So check your garden. Check your garden. Get those energy vampires out of there. And that doesn't mean that you don't love them. That doesn't mean that you wouldn't be there for them in the roughest of times. But it does mean that you're not going to be available every single day, allowing them to suck the life out of you. You're welcome, Sharon. Okay. So I wish we could have seen your message, Steph. I wish if you could send it to the Google chat, or send it that way. I can copy and paste it. But we're not doing the Neville. But I do want you to read the last chapter that we just went over, if you didn't get it, if you didn't get a chance to do that, because it's really good. And it's on page 72, chapter 13, the name of God. If you didn't get the opportunity to do that, do that. It's very, very powerful. Read it along and listen as we share and talk on Wednesday night's show. I think you'll find it very profound. This week, we're going to be dealing with reading the I Am Discourses on Wednesday night. I Am Discourses. And we'll be in discourse number, I think we're in discourse number 12. Yeah, we're in discourse number 12. And that's on page 136. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you all on Wednesday night. It is 12:38. We went 8 minutes over. But I'll see you on Wednesday night. I hope you have a great week. And yeah, that's it. So remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. Leave your comment. Share down below what your techniques were. Even though you put them in the chat, I would like if you could put them in the comments below. I'll so that we can share with others who come and check out the video. What works for you in removing energy vampires? I'd like to hear what other techniques you may have. Share it, put it down there in the comments below. That would be perfect. If you're watching this video after we do the live, share what works for you and how you are removing energy vampires from your experience, and how has it helped you? What benefit has it been for you? What was the benefit of getting them out of there? So Barb said, thanks for the nice get together, Sydney and everyone. Rain says, YouTube did that to me before. YouTube will remove it if it's too long. That's true. I love you too, Sharon. Thank you, Becky, for joining us here on Facebook. It was so good to see you, and thank you for sharing your techniques as well. If you can make your way over to the Indigo Room at some point on YouTube and share your comments there, that would be great. And if you guys want to share your comments on the Facebook video, that would be great too. Everybody have a great rest of your Sunday. Stephanie says, take care, everyone. Sharon said, goodbye, everyone. It's been a pleasure. Sunlight, sunlight, sunlight. Yeah, we got sunlight this week.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Linda. Thank you, Linda, as always. Have a good night. I mean, have a good day, not night. Have a good night. Have a good night. Have a good day. Bye.